Deep in the Nevada desert, you'll find some of the most isolated roads on the planet. The landscape is a monochrome stretch of sand and sagebrush. Cell service is non-existent, and for miles in every direction, there is absolutely nothing. But if you turn down a specific, unmarked dirt road, you'll eventually hit a dead end. There are no high concrete walls here, just a chain-link gate and a few stop signs. On the hills above, guards in camouflage watch through binoculars, standing near signs warning that the use of deadly force is authorized. For decades, the U.S. government maintained that this facility didn't exist. This total lack of official information created a vacuum, which the public quickly filled with a singular certainty, that the military was hiding visitors from another world. This secrecy inadvertently transformed a remote military outpost into a global icon of the paranormal. As advanced aerospace testing ramped up, the government found that the public's obsession with aliens provided a unique form of protection for their most sensitive projects. The origins of the base date back to 1955. During the height of the Cold War, the CIA needed a way to monitor Soviet missile silos without being detected by radar or anti-aircraft fire. They needed a location that was remote and geographically unique. They chose Groom Lake, a massive, flat salt bed in the desert that provided a natural, ready-made runway for testing a new generation of high-altitude spy planes. The site was also strategically placed right next to the Atomic Energy Commission's nuclear testing grounds. Because the government was already detonating nuclear weapons there, the surrounding airspace was already some of the most restricted in the world. This altitude scale shows why the U-2 caused such a stir. Commercial airliners flew around 20,000 feet, but the U-2 operated at 60,000. At dusk, as darkness enveloped the airliners below, the U-2 still caught the sun's rays. To anyone looking up from the dark, the plane's silver wings appeared as a glowing, fiery object moving across the night sky. The Air Force was flooded with UFO reports. They knew these were their own spy planes, but couldn't risk the Soviets learning about the U-2. Instead of the truth, the military issued vague statements about weather balloons, effectively letting the public's imagination run wild to protect their technology. By the 1960s, the aircraft tested at the base began to look less like traditional planes and more like something from science fiction. This was the SR-71 Blackbird. Painted pitch black to dissipate heat, it featured a sleek, tapered design that looked completely alien compared to anything else flying. The legendary Blackbird could fly at 3 times the speed of sound, tearing across the Nevada desert sky. The sight of a silent black shape, followed by a massive sonic boom, only reinforced the idea that something non-human was operating in the area. In the 70s and 80s, designs became even more radical, with the F-117 Nighthawk, the world's first stealth fighter. It was constructed from flat, angular panels that formed a jagged, black diamond shape. Because this craft was designed to be silent and fly at night, a civilian observer would see a sharp, geometric shadow moving against the stars. With no engine noise, it matched the exact profile of what many people were beginning to describe as an extraterrestrial craft. The myth reached its peak in 1989 when Bob Lazar claimed on a news broadcast that he worked at a secret subsite near the base. He described seeing small, metallic flying saucers hidden securely inside hangars, camouflaged directly into the side of a mountain. He claimed the craft used a gravity propulsion system powered by element 115, an element not yet on the periodic table. Whether or not Lazar's claims were true, they provided a detailed narrative for a public that was already highly suspicious. Area 51 was no longer just a military base. It had become a permanent fixture in pop culture as the center of an alien conspiracy. In 2013, the CIA finally acknowledged the existence of Area 51 in declassified documents. They confirmed it was a flight testing facility, but made no mention of the flying saucers or reverse-engineered technology the public expected to find. This official confirmation did little to quiet the rumors. By 2019, millions of people signed up for a viral event to rush the gates of the facility, proving that the mythology of the base had become more influential than any government statement. While the public remains focused on the gates, satellite imagery shows that the base is expanding rapidly. New, massive hangars and extended runways suggest that the facility is currently hosting a new generation of flight testing. Defense analysts believe the base is now the testing ground for autonomous drone swarms, hypersonic missiles, and the B-21 Raider, technologies designed to ensure air superiority against modern adversaries. The government has little incentive to dispel the alien myths that surround the facility. As long as the world is preoccupied with searching for signs of extraterrestrials, the real paradigm-shifting weapons being developed behind these gates remain hidden in plain sight.